what I want here in Bandung, and it's not only in Bandung. It's something that I would want for the complete Indonesia, inshallah. I would want to be a cause that I will inspire a lot of people to go to the straight path. So this is why Allah made it possible for me to come here. I actually didn't choose. If I can leave and come back, and inspire a lot of people to be good, I will be happy, inshallah. And at the same time, I saw that there's a problem here in Indonesia for the job and how to make money, and there's a lot of, let's say, the Chinese that came and took a lot of the job and things like that, the problem. So I would like to help the people by teaching ways to make money online, because if you make money online, you don't need nobody here.
Jadi yang disampaikan kami satu begini. Oh, boleh silakan.
Kang dikasih tahu dikit kan?
I don't know if you remember everything.
Ya ada garis besarnya aja, garis besarnya.
Jadi Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sebelumnya perkenalkan, saya Bayu dari Chef Pemuda Hijrah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Memperkenalkan dulu, sebelumnya saya Bayu dari Pemuda Hijrah, dan saya dulunya rapper. Jadi segala kegangsteran yang saya tahu itu cuma dari musik, dan ternyata yang Ishaq alami itu, saya tuh cuma dengar musiknya, dia mengalami hidupnya gitu. Kalau yang barusan Ishaq sampaikan adalah dia intinya ingin membawa orang-orang ke jalan yang lebih lurus, dan dia melihat permasalahan di Indonesia itu salah satunya orang sih kesulitan pekerjaan, dan banyak masalah yang ntar bakal dijelaskan secara langsung.
Yeah, I think you said things I didn't say.
Dia bercerita bahwa yang what you just say is Indonesia is very difficult about searching a job.
Yes.
And then you can have a tips to everyone here how to make money online, something like that.
Yes.
And then you can continue your speech.
Yes, inshallah.
Ya, saya coba jelasin dikit ya. Kedatangan Kang Ishaq ke Indonesia juga seperti yang tadi jelasin, ikut membantu donasi sebuah pesantren di Depok ya, dengan menawarkan dirinya untuk dibawa kemana-mana, sebenarnya segitu. Memang ini pekerjaan berat, Kang. Buat saya pekerjaan berat ketika kedatangan beliau datang ke sini, harus mengumpulkan banyak orang juga pekerjaan berat gitu. Jadi hanya hitungan hari dan hitungan jam. Tapi yang tadi seperti Kang Iswan sampaikan, kuantitas itu bukan hal yang penting juga ya, karena bisa di-share kegiatan ini dalam dunia media sosial. Mudah-mudahan kedepannya juga bisa berlanjut. Nah, jadi di tema ini juga saya tidak yakin kalau ada kata donasinya juga akan signifikan dengan acara ini ya.
Terusin aja deh.
Jadi kita akan dengarkan lagi dari Kang Ishaq ya. Kang Ishaq cerita lagi tentang perjalanan selama ini di Indonesia.
Tell you story about your journey.
Okay, Bismillah. So, like the brother here, there's a lot of stories that are similar, like the brother here, he got, how you say this? He got, I don't remember how you say this. With the music, with Rolling Stone, he got, how you call this? He got,
ya tadi kan The Bad Boy yang Paul Jagger.
How we call this when you got not inspired, you got not triggered. Because of the music, he went into his head and he started to act upon it. That's why they call it
influence.
Influence. He got influenced by the music. It happened the same thing with me because my father is from age 80. He's black. And my mom, she's white, blonde hair, blue eyes. She's from Switzerland. So I'm a mix. And my father was not in my life. Meaning that when at 14, 15, I started listening to music, hip-hop music, it was black people rapping. So I took them as a model. I took them as my dad. So what they were saying, I got influenced by that.
Jadi sama seperti yang ada di Indonesia ini, pada usia mudanya Ishaq terpisah dari ayahnya jauh, dan ketika dia dengar musik hip hop yang pada masa itu bicara soal gangster dan hidup keras, dia mengambil itu sebagai pelajaran, jadi sebagai ganti ayahnya. Dan yang dia dengar dari itu masuk ke hidup dia dan dia menjalankan yang dia dengar itu.
So before 14, 15, I was a good kid, had no problem, and I was raised in a Christian family.
Jadi sebelum di usia 14-15, Ishaq sebenarnya sudah menjadi anak yang baik. Cuman waktu itu dia masih dalam keluarga yang Kristen.
At 14, 15 years old, you know, like every human, I was looking for happiness, and I saw that group of kids that were like drinking alcohol and taking drugs, and I felt that they were like happy. So this is why I started hanging out with them.
Dan di usia 14-15 dia mulai kelihatan nih nongkrong sama anak-anak yang kerjanya ngedrugs. Dan dia pikir, oh ini kayaknya inilah kebahagiaan buat saya. Dan dia mulai nongkrong sama mereka.
But the thing is that I'm a leader, so actually after that, after hanging out with them, I started getting bad and I started being the worst of them.
Karena beliau ini sebagai pentolan, jadi mulai dia jadi yang paling jahat dan paling keras dari semuanya anak-anak itu.
I know there's not a lot of kids here, but usually I always give the lesson from this part of the story is that every time in every story, mostly it starts with the friends. So it's really important to choose your friend, to have good friends.
Dan pelajaran terpenting yang selalu Ishaq kasih ke teman-teman yang muda adalah lu adalah tergantung lingkungan lu. Kalau misalnya lingkungan lu baik, lu bakal jadi baik dan sebaliknya.
And now because we are mostly people are adults here, so I will just switch this into business. So in business, like you should choose the people you hang out with, and the people have to be better than you. So if you want to have a lot of money and be successful, you need to hang out with people that have a lot of money and are successful. If you go into a room and you are the smartest person into the room, you are in the wrong room. You're supposed to be in a room where you are the stupidest, so you can learn.
Jadi dalam segi bisnis kita harus memang bermain dengan orang-orang yang lebih di atas kita. Jadi kayak ngeset benchmark gitu. Kalau lu bersama orang-orang yang sama atau selevel nggak akan naik. Jadi harus lihat orang yang lebih di atas dia.
Mashallah, you translate fast, huh?
I learn. That's not good.
After hanging out with the group, I end up in juvenile jail, and in this juvenile jail, I had two choices: either to work or go to school. I choose to work.
Nah di usia segitu dia mulai masuk ke penjara juvenile, kalau di kita tuh penjara anak-anak ya. Dan di situ dia harus memilih antara kerja atau sekolah.
And in that juvenile jail, they passed me a test to see if I was crazy. They put drops of paint, and I had to say what do I see in those drops of paint. And I was just joking around, like I didn't take that seriously. So I said, okay, this is a lot of blood. This is somebody shooting in the head of somebody else. So I just said a lot of things like that.
Nah jadi di penjara itu dia dikasih tes untuk membuktikan dia ini sebenarnya sakit jiwa apa enggak. Dia dikasih banyak-banyak gambar dan dianya ngasal aja cuman oh ya udah ini deh ini gambar darah dan segala macam gitu. Jadi dia nggak lewat tesnya.
And when it was the first day for me to work, I wanted to go, but the guard said that I should not go. So for no reason, and from then I just ran away from the place.
Jadi pas waktu hari pertama dia mau kerja, sama penjaganya malah dilarang. Kamu nggak boleh pergi gitu. Hah? Kok nggak boleh? Akhirnya dia kabur dari penjaranya.
I went in the street for a few weeks, and after that we had to go to court. I got caught. We had to go to court, and it was two options. They wanted me to go in a crazy hospital because of that test that I said, or my mom wanted to send me in Switzerland to work for my uncle.
Jadi akhirnya dia ketangkep, dibawa ke pengadilan dan dikasih dua opsi. Apakah kamu mau masuk rumah sakit jiwa atau ikut ke pamannya di Swiss?
And alhamdulillah, the judge said I could go work in Switzerland for my uncle.
Akhirnya sama hakimnya dibolehin, ya udah lu cabut aja ke Swiss kerja gitu.
But my uncle wanted to teach me how to live, so he was paying me less than everybody. And he said like I should pay the rent, I should pay his wife to clean my clothes, I should pay the food. So he wanted me to teach me how to be responsible in life.
Jadi sama omnya bukannya dimanjain, dia malah disuruh belajar hidup sendiri gitu, disuruh mandiri, jadi dia dikasih pelajaran-pelajaran itu survive.
But there's a guy at work actually. He said to me, don't let you take advantage of.
Terus dia ketemu orang dan dikasih tahu kalau lu tuh mestinya bukan disuruh belajar sendiri gitu, lu mestinya diurus.
And that guy actually used to give me drugs, so I was using drugs and I was not really good at work. I was messing up everything.
Dan dia disuplai drugs sama orang ini dan dia akhirnya kerjaannya malah jadi kacau.
And at 15, 16 years old, what is most important in your life is your friends. And at that time, I was living in a time where there was no internet, no Instagram, no Facebook. So the only way to reach my friend was writing letters or with the phone.
Tahun-tahun segitu tuh belum ada internet kayak kita punya sekarang, dia cuma bisa kontakkan sama temennya lewat surat doang.
And I wanted to use the phone, so what I did actually start stealing to get some money to call the phone. And one day the police called at my uncle's house.
Jadi dia mulai hustling untuk cari uang buat bayar telepon, beli kartu telepon, dan suatu hari polisi datang ke rumahnya dia.
And when I received the call, I took my ticket and went back to Canada.
Pas waktu dia terima teleponnya, wah polisi mau datang nih, ya udah dia beli tiket, akhirnya dicabut balik ke Kanada.
I didn't want to go to jail in Switzerland, and actually I was 17 now, and I didn't want to go to jail in Canada because at 18 years old you become adult.
Di umur segitu dia mulai takut, wah bahaya nih gue umur 17 sudah masuk penjara gitu, ntar 18 bisa masuk ke penjara yang lebih gede lagi.
But how smart I am, stupid, I'm stupid. At 18 years old, I started again. Bad thing is because of the music that I was listening, it was gangster hip hop, and you know they were talking about gang banging and like a lot of violence. And I did something that was kind of really violent, and I went on the newspaper 3 days, and 3 days on the television as well.
Dan di umur 18 dia terinspirasi oleh gangster-gangster rap pada masa itu dan dia terinspirasi buat melakukan hal yang lebih. Akhirnya dia masuk koran untuk violence.
So when I entered the jail at 18 years old, like the prisoner were watching me on TV as I entered the jail.
Pas dia masuk penjara itu orang lagi nonton, terus dia datang, oh ini yang barusan ada di TV.
And because I was watching those gangster music and listening to that gangster music, for me to be in jail was kind of cool, so I didn't care.
Jadi kan dia dengerin model-model Tupac gitu lah, oh masuk penjara tuh keren.
And in prison there is rules, and I broke all those rules. I was really revolted. I didn't care. I was saying to myself like, I'm already in prison. Like, what you gonna do? Put me to prison?
Jadi pas dia masuk penjara tuh banyak aturan dan semua dia dilanggar semua. Dia bilang, gue udah di penjara, lu mau masukin gue ke penjara yang kayak gimana lagi gitu.
And we just talked about me and him about racist. And this prison actually, it was a racist prison, you know. And there was people from El Angel as well there. And because I mix white and black, so this is why I was okay there, but there was no black. So one day there was one black who came. His name is Bigfoot. He was really big, you know, and he was a killer for El Sanjo. And so he was there, and just like one day, what happened is that we had a beef with a big guy, and actually I had to beat him up. And at 18 years old, I took control of that jail.
Dan sayangnya penjara ini penjara yang sangat rasis, dan karena Ishaq adalah seorang mix, jadi dia agak dapat privilege lah di sana. Dan di sana nggak ada satupun orang kulit hitam. Sampai suatu hari datang seorang kulit hitam, gede banget namanya Bigfoot, dan nama Ishaq digebukin, dihajar, dan akhirnya dia jadi ketua RT di penjara itu di usia 18.
But you know, as I had the control of the prison, and Bigfoot came. So now we were kind of two because he was black and I'm black, you know. And one day we just like against all the prison, we kind of made a fight, and they put me into the hole, and after the hole they actually put me in prison. So in the maximum security.
Jadi di penjara itu mereka berdua jadi rajanya nih. Dan akhirnya mereka berantem, dimasukin ke sel isolasi gitu, dan mereka akhirnya masuk ke supermax prison yang maximum security.
And in the maximum security, there was two section, and in the other section, actually, the son of the boss of in Montreal, they have Els Angels, and they have another division that is in jail. And at that time, they wanted to escape. So when they made the escape from their section, in my section, I started a riot. So yeah.
Jadi di penjara itu ada dua section. Di satu sisi ini tempatnya Ishaq, di sebelah sana ada Hells Angels dan saingannya itu juga baru masuk, si anak bosnya itu baru masuk untuk 15 tahun penjara. Jadi di sebelah sana mereka baru masuk, di sini udah bikin ribut gitu.
And after the riot, they actually changed me to prison to a prison with more violence. But in the first prison, I was still like taking drugs because it was still cool, you know. But second prison, I had to stop any drug because I had to watch myself.
Jadi kalau di penjara pertama tuh dia masih bisa masuk drugs, tapi pas dia pindah ke yang lebih berat lagi, dia nggak bisa karena dia harus fokus. Kalau dia bisa dikendali anytime.
So I used to put like 3 pairs of jeans and a lot of t-shirts, so if I get stabbed, like it goes slowly.
Jadi dia harus pakai berapa lapis celana dan berapa lapis jaket. Jadi kalau misalnya dia ditebas, cuma kena luar doang.
But it take about 7 months for us, me and my friend, to take control of the prison.
Tapi cuma perlu 7 bulan buat mereka, buat dia sama temennya buat ngambil alih penjara itu jadi ketua RW sekarang gitu.
So at that time we were controlling everything, like we were controlling what happening in the prison, even the drugs and like everything.
Jadi dia udah kontrol semua penjara itu mulai dari isinya sampai drugsnya udah di tangan Ishaq.
And in prison, because they are older people, this is where I learned a new definition of happiness. Because before I thought happiness was taking drugs and having parties, and there in prison I learned that actually happiness was getting a lot of money and material stuff.
Jadi karena dia bergaul dengan orang-orang lebih tua, dia dulu mikir kalau misalnya happiness itu soal drugs. Sekarang enggak, dia perspektifnya berubah. Kalau happiness itu soal punya uang dan material, barang-barang mahal.
And I made a small business in myself. So if somebody wanted chocolate, because they can only buy this one time of week. So if most of the people they eat it and they finish their food before the next week. So if they want a chocolate, they come to me, I give them a chocolate, they have to give me 2. If they want a chip, I give them a chip, they have to give me 2. So there was a lot of people coming in and out for myself.
Jadi dia mulai usaha, mungkin dia nyebutnya coklat kali ya, padahal yang lain mungkin. Jadi kalau misalnya dikasih 1, ini nggak boleh habis sampai minggu depannya. Kalau misalnya sebelum minggu depan udah habis, dia harus datang beli 2. Jadi dia ngeri up uangnya.
And because I was Christian, we don't pray 5 times a day. We only pray when there's problem. So in prison, I had problems, so I was praying and starting to read the Bible.
Jadi karena sebagai non-muslim dia tidak berdoa seperti kita 5 kali sehari, dia cuma berdoa ketika ada masalah. Dan dia mulai dapat masalah, jadi mulai baca Bible di situ, mulai berdoa.
And there was a brother who came in my room and he saw that I was reading the Bible. He came back after with the book, didn't say nothing, didn't say it was Islam, didn't say it was the Quran, did nothing. Just give me the book, he said you should read it. And he said like you should wash your hands and your feet before you read it, but you should read it. And this is what I did at night. You know, I washed my hands, my feet, and I started reading it. But at that time, it did not touch me because the Bible is a story, and the Quran is Allah speaking to us. So it was not the same thing.
Jadi suatu hari ada orang datang ke dia dan ngasih sebuah buku. Dia bilang kamu harus baca buku ini. Di buku itu tidak tertulis Islam, tidak ditulis Al-Quran, cuma dia bilang kalau kamu mau baca buku ini harus dalam keadaan bersuci dulu, cuci tangan, cuci kaki. Dan ketika dia baca, dia menemukan perbedaan. Ketika Bible itu isinya story, tidak berbicara, tapi kalau yang ini dia bilang ini seperti ayatnya berbicara kepada saya.
And you know, he never told me that it was the Quran. It's just now that I became a Muslim, I remember that, oh, that was the Quran, because I didn't know.
Jadi dia nggak bilang apapun, tapi sekarang setelah dia jadi Muslim, oh, yang dulu itu Al-Quran gitu.
And that was my first contact with Islam. I was in like when I grew up, there was no Muslim around me, and I didn't know no Muslim, so that was my first contact with Islam.
Itu pertama kalinya dia berkenalan dengan Islam karena selama ini sebelumnya dia tidak pernah punya teman atau siapapun yang Muslim.
So when I went out from prison at 20 years old, my mission was actually to make a lot of money and get a lot of material stuff.
Jadi ketika dia keluar penjara 2 tahun kemudian, dia balik lagi ke mindset lamanya buat ngumpulin harta benda.
So there's some people that I saw, they were not my friend, you know, actually close to enemy, because before when I was younger with like the gang, but they were making a lot of money, and I started hanging out with them to learn what they were doing.
Jadi dia ketemu sama teman-teman dan musuh-musuh lama itu, kok lu pada kaya semua gitu. Akhirnya dia mulai nongkrong sama mereka dan mulai ngulik gimana caranya jadi kaya.
So like after I started at the bottom, it took me a few years, but after I was able to actually make a lot of money and live a good life. Like I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but what I wanted, I actually got it.
Jadi ketika dia mulai mapan, ekonominya mulai stabil, dia mulai bisa dapetin semua yang dia butuhin.
And I lived actually a millionaire lifestyle for like 10 years. 10 years.
Jadi selama 10 tahun dia hidup seperti seorang milioner, punya sports car dan sebagainya.
So driving like the best cars, Porsche, Mercedes, Hummer, like living in a big house. Even the house not enough. I was renting big hotel suites and getting a lot of money, spending a lot of money. Like this was a life with a lot of extreme, you know. At the beginning it's cool, it's fun, you enjoy it, but it's just that when it becomes an habit, when you're used to have money, when you're used to spend it, you feel that you don't have the same happiness. Like if you buy a new car, you're happy at the beginning, but after a few months, you don't care about that car. You want something better. You want to boost it up, you know, you change something. So you change something, but after same thing, you know, don't care. You pass it to your friend, then you want to take another one. And this happened with everything, with your house, with the car. Even at that time, it happened with the woman. So that was the life I was living.
Jadi dia menemukan kalau ternyata hidup mewah itu membosankan. Kamu punya rumah besar, kamu punya mobil mewah, itu cuman funnya tuh cuman ketika beberapa bulan doang, udah lama buang. Dan ternyata itu berlaku dalam segala hal untuk Ishaq.
So eventually one time I was making more money than the other group, and they became hating, and they came to my house and wanted to kill me and rob me. So I escaped. There's a funny thing about that. Just
Jadi ketika dia sudah kaya ini, teman-temannya mulai pada datang pengen ngerampok dia, bahkan pengen ngebunuh dia gitu.
Just gonna say it's just a funny story. It's because when they came to jump me, I wanted to do like in the movie. Like there was a window, patio. I wanted to just run and go out. So what I did, I run fast and went with my head, but it went booms. So I had to open it to leave.
Not like the movie, yeah.
Didn't work like in the movie.
Jadi dia pas waktu dikejar sama teman-temannya, dia coba buat ngedobrak pintu, tapi malah mental. Ini dia malah balik lagi gitu. Ya itu gagal lah.
So after that, I started my own organization, and eventually, one day, the police, not the city police, provincial police, they arrested me fast, like if they kidnapped me, they brought me to the headquarters and start asking me questions.
Jadi dia sudah mulai membangun kartelnya sampai suatu hari datang polisi-polisi provinsi gitu dan nangkep dia, dibawa ke penjara buat ditanya-tanya, diinterogasi.
And when they asked me questions, they wanted to know for who I was working, what did I do, and for sure I didn't say nothing. I was working for myself. So like in the middle of the day, like they just, because they try many tricks, like they ask me questions. They're cool, they're bad. They put me in the prison. They take me out. They put me in the office. Yes. And after they leave me, they come back. Yeah.
Same question.
Yeah. So after one time they opened the door and they said, "Do you have weapon at your house?" I said, "No." They said, because we're gonna raid your house. But I knew I had weapons at my house. So in Canada, if you have a gun, it's minimum 3 years in prison. So in my head, I was like, I'm gone. I'm already in prison. Like, this is it.
Jadi polisi itu nanya-nanya dia, kamu kerja buat siapa dan segala macam. Karena dia wirausaha, dia nggak akan diatur siapapun. Dan polisinya melakukan segala macam lah sampai bilang, lo punya senjata ya di rumah? Nggak punya. Soalnya kita bakal nyerang, bakal ngegeledah rumah. Tapi dia tahu di rumahnya dia punya. Dan dia bilang kalau di Kanada itu, kalau ketahuan gun position itu bisa 3 tahun. Dan pikir oke, I'm done gitu. Dari penjara udah nggak bisa keluar lagi. 3 strikes.
And at the end of the day, like later at night, they open the door. They just say, "You're released." I was, what? In my head, I was already gone in prison. They said, "You're released," but they said you cannot go out with the clothes you have because I was disguised. So they wanted to keep it as proof. And because I was so shocked that I was released, I just called my brother. I said, "Where are you?" He was far, so I didn't want it to waste time before they changed their mind. So I called my girlfriend at the time, and she was at her girlfriend's house. So I said, "I don't care, bring anything." So she brought clothes from her girlfriend, and I got out dressed as a woman.
You're pretty.
The police were laughing at me, but I didn't care. I just wanted to get out.
Jadi akhirnya suatu malam dia dibebasin sama polisinya. Oh bebas katanya. Oh boleh keluar tapi nggak boleh pakai pakaian yang ada di sini. Ini gimana nih? Dia telepon kakaknya jauh. Yang dia telepon pacarnya. Dia bilang di sini nggak ada baju. Apa aja deh yang dibawa? Akhirnya dia dikasihnya baju cewek. Dan dia keluar dari penjara dengan pakaian perempuan. Ketahuan nggak boleh.
Okay. After that time, it was kind of hard because they arrested me on a crime scene with things, So they were following me like a lot, and I had to stop everything I was doing. Even the people that I was dealing with, either they, you have questions, you like how come you get released, you get arrested, and you don't have nothing. So that gives question to the other people, and at the same time, it was not secure. So I had to stop everything, but I'm still living the high life. Still spending a lot of money, but not doing nothing, and I was not smart. I was not smart with my money, so just spend it a lot.
Dan karena dia waktu ditangkap tuh di TKP, jadi dia harus menjauhi semua orang karena dia bakal digojek nih sama polisi dan itu bakal jadi banyak pertanyaan gitu. Jadi dia menjauhi banyak orang tapi tetap maintain lifestyle-nya dia yang high gitu.
And eventually one day, I started again, and I got caught. So they gave me 11 months. I did 9 months in prison.
Dan dia mulai lagi ngelakuin kejahatan sampai akhirnya dia ketangkep, mestinya 11 bulan, dia cuma ngelakuin 8 bulan doang.
But before starting again, I was pushing myself, what can I do? I was not feeling good, and I was not feeling happy as well, So I started again, more drugs, more alcohol, and I was thinking, what can I do? I didn't finish high school. I don't know nothing. The only thing I know is crime. That's the only thing I was good at.
Jadi di saat satu tuh dia mulai merasa resah. Ini gimana ini? Dan cara dia keluar dari resah itu dia langsung more drugs dan akhirnya dia pikir saya tuh sama sekali nggak beres sekolah. Yang saya tahu cuma kejahatan doang, kriminal doang.
So when they put me in prison, they put me directly in the maximum security because of before. So they put me there, and at that same time in Montreal, they made a raid in the Italian mafia. So they arrested the boss, and there were some of the bosses in the maximum security. So I went to the same place.
Jadi begitu dia ditangkap lagi masuk penjara, sekarang langsung ke Supermax. Dan di tahun-tahun segitu di sana lagi ditangkapin don-donnya ini, mafianya Itali gitu. Jadi dia ditaruh bersama para mafioso ini.
So anywhere you are in life, even if you're a big sport guy, you will always have somebody you look up to. And me, because the Italian mafia were doing more money than me, and I had more respect, so I was looking up to them. And I wanted to be like them. So actually, I spoke with them, because I don't know, I'm just in jail, I'm doing my own thing, and they were doing, so we just clicked. So we talked, and they told me that they were not happy in their life and they wanted to change. So me, I wanted to be like them, and they told me they were not happy and they wanted to change. So this really made me think a lot.
Jadi karena dia sangat salut sama orang-orang Italia ini, dia mulai nanya gitu, pengen belajar dari mereka. Tapi seorang Italia bilang, gue aja capek kayak gini gitu. Dia pengen seperti si bos mafia ini, tapi bos mafianya udah capek dan dia bingung gitu. Dia mulai
After I got transferred again to the other prison, but I got transferred with a Muslim. So that was my second contact with Islam.
Dan dia dimasukin ke penjara lain yang sekarang isinya ada Muslim. Dan itu dia kedua kalinya bersentuhan dengan Islam.
The thing is that when we were eating, he received food from the outside. So I was asking him, it was better. And I said, what are you eating? He said, it's halal food. I said, what is halal food? He said, it's for the Muslim. I wanted that diet because it was better. So I said, how can I be a Muslim? And he started talking to me about Islam. But the thing is that he was speaking to me about Islam and I became interested.
Jadi pas dia makan, kan penjara itu kan makanannya gak enak ya. Dia lihat ada satu orang yang, loh kok lu makannya enak banget sendiri, gue dapat dari luar, itu apaan? Ini makanan halal gitu ya. Tapi cuma untuk Muslim. Loh saya pengen jadi Muslim juga dong kalau misalnya makanannya begitu gitu.
And actually, he spoke to me about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Didn't spoke about the other prophet. Okay, he didn't say nothing. So he just said that and a few things about Islam. So himself was not really. He was far from the religion, so he didn't know a lot. But I was interested, and good for him. Not good for me. He got released, and I never got my diet.
Dan dia dapat cerita tentang Rasulullah. Dan teman ini gak bercerita tentang apapun selain Rasulullah. Dan apes buat dia tapi baik buat temannya karena temannya keluar dari penjara dan dia tetap cuma dia nggak dapat gitu makanan halal.
And after that I got released as well, started continue my life. I still did not get arrested for that other thing, so still was in my mind. And there was I met a girl and her mom, she gave me a Quran.
Dan akhirnya dia keluar dari penjara bertemu seorang cewek dan mama si cewek ini ngasih dia Al-Quran.
And that was my third contact with Islam. So I read the Quran, and in the Quran, I thought, because it taught me only about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, didn't tell me about the other prophet, the other guy. So I thought it was another religion, like completely different. But when I read the Quran, I was shocked to see that they were speaking about the same prophet that in the Bible, like Prophet Ibrahim, Musa, Isa. So I was really shocked. I said, this is the same story that I just read in jail. I was even thinking like how Muslims understand the Quran, because me, I read the Bible, so I know it's like following, you know. So, but the only thing that I didn't believe at the beginning was because as a Christian, you have to think that Jesus is the Son of God, and this is how you go to paradise. So this, I did not want to leave that at the beginning.
Dan dia kaget ketika dia membaca Al-Quran dan dia menemukan, oh ini kisahnya sama seperti yang dia baca di Bible gitu. Dan sebagai seorang Kristen dia diajarkan ketika kamu percaya bahwa Yesus adalah anak Tuhan, kamu akan masuk surga gitu. Dan dia bingung gitu, kok bisa sih kayak gini?
But alhamdulillah, I made research on video and read, and alhamdulillah, Allah guided me. And after I figured out that it is impossible for Allah to have a son. So I accepted Islam and I went to do my shahada.
Jadi dia mulai belajar secara online tentang Islam dan nggak mungkin gitu kalau misalnya awal itu punya anak dan dia akhirnya mengucapkan syahadat.
But just a few days after that I made my shahada, the police called at my mom's work and they said they were looking for me. So I went to my lawyer and I asked him what to do. He said you have to give yourself to the police.
Beberapa hari setelah dia mengucapkan syahadat, polisi nelfon dan mau datang ke rumahnya itu. Terus dia datang ke lawyernya, apa yang harus saya lakukan? Ya kamu harus menyerahkan diri kamu ke polisi.
First time I entered the prison as a Muslim, there was one guy, subhanAllah, his goal from morning to night, we were just speaking about Islam. So I learned some surah, I learned how to pray there, like I was like, subhanAllah, from morning to night just Islam.
Dan ketika dia masuk penjara lagi, dia ketemu satu orang yang dari pagi sampai malam itu cuma ngomonginnya Islam. Jadi dia mulai belajar baca surah, dia mulai belajar sholat gitu selama hari-harinya itu.
But at the same time, I just reverted to Islam. So I still had my bad mind. So I always had planned to make more money. And in prison, I met the people, met the contacts that I needed to actually make that plan happen. So I took their number, you know, and that's it.
Tapi karena dia masih ada kasih sayang dulunya, dia masih punya rencana, oh gimana gue bisa dapat duit nih di dalam penjara, dan dia punya banyak nomor-nomor teman yang dulu, dan dia mau coba kontakin satu-satu buat mulai lagi.
So it took 1 month until my lawyer was able to get a bail, so we paid 30,000 cash to get out.
Dan sebulan kemudian si lawyernya bisa bawa dia keluar, dan dia harus bayar $20,000 untuk bisa keluar dari penjara.
And in prison the food is not good. So when I spent a month not eating good food, and when I got released, the day after was Ramadan. So I said, I didn't eat good food for a month, and now I have to not eat for a month.
Jadi pas dia di penjara tuh dia nggak makan enak selama sebulan, dan begitu dia rilis, oh langsung Ramadan gitu. Jadi nggak makan lagi gitu.
But actually, alhamdulillah, I learned that Ramadan is actually we just don't eat in the day. We eat later and even more.
Jadi syukurnya dia menemukan kalau Ramadan itu bukan tidak makan, dia cuma berubah makannya doang. Udah gitu dia makannya lebih banyak lagi dari sebelumnya.
But Allah is the best of planners. That month in prison for me was not prison. For me it was Islamic school.
Jadi Allah tuh untuk Ishaq adalah pengatur rencana terbaik, karena penjara itu bukan penjara buat dia, tapi sekolah Islam.
And again, Allah is the best of planner, because the first time I entered a masjid was a month of Ramadan, and in the masjid, at least in Canada, it's not the same thing. There's a lot more people and there's a vibe of Ramadan.
Dan dia pertama kali masuk ke masjid itu beda sama di kita, karena masjid di Kanada itu tidak ada vibe Ramadan, nggak ada.
And you know, when there I prayed in the masjid, and I made sujood. I put my forehead on the floor. That's where I felt something that I cannot describe. I felt a happiness and a calm, and I felt something that it was more than everything that I lived before, more than all the money, the party, everything. So when I felt this is when in my brain it clicked, and I said, I just want to follow Allah and Prophet Muhammad SAW.
Dan ketika dia bersujud, dia menemukan, oh inilah kebahagiaan, dia menemukan tenang, nggak seperti yang dulu, dan dia memutuskan saya akan mengikuti Allah dan Rasulullah.
And I never called those people that I had met in prison.
Dan dia nggak pernah lagi tuh kontak teman-temannya yang dia sudah rencanain buat bikin drugs itu.
So for my mom, she had a hard time, you know, like police always coming to my house. She had to visit me into prison. It was hard for my mom.
Dan buat ibunya itu masa-masa sulit, karena hampir setiap hari itu polisi datang ke rumah dia dan nanya-nanyain.
So the first time that, you know, I reverted to Islam. So for me, it's the first time I do something good in my life, you know. So I want to tell my mom that I did something good, so she'll be happy, you know.
Dan ketika dia akhirnya revert ke Islam, dia, saya telah melakukan sesuatu yang baik nih, dan dia mau bilang sama mamanya, dan dia yakin kalau misalnya mamanya tahu dia jadi mualaf, mamanya pasti senang.
And when I told my mom, actually she, what? You choose the worst religion ever. She said, why didn't you become Buddhist or something? She said, never come home with your carpet to pray.
Jadi pas dia bilang, mah, aku jadi muslim. Kamu tuh milih agama yang terburuk, katanya, kenapa nggak jadi apalah gitu yang barusan. Kenapa nggak jadi Buddhis aja sih? Dan kamu jangan pulang ke rumah bawa karpet deh buat sholat, buat berdoa.
So inshallah we're gonna take a small break, and we're gonna continue after inshallah.
Terima kasih.